Alright everyone, welcome to the video. Today we got a top 10 list of the most essential vehicles in GTA Online, based on the helpfulness of the vehicle and overall usefulness. Owning these vehicles guaranteed will make your GTA life a little bit easier. So yeah, let's get right into it. At number 10, we have the Armored Kuruma. Definitely a top pick for me for any kind of mission. It has bulletproof windows all the way around. NPCs will not be able to shoot at it, same with players. However, players can definitely use explosives like RPGs, homing rockets, which will destroy this car in I think one shot. So against explosives, it's not too good, but it is very useful for doing especially like this last dose mission you see in the background right now. Just a piece of cake, nothing could hurt me. But since it is armored, you're also limited to only using your drive-by weapons like the AP pistol, micro SMG, other pistols, stuff like that. No throwables like sticky bombs or grenades. And if you're looking for that, let's move on to number 8, which is a Vigilante. Basically the Kuruma's older brother if you're using it in missions. It has I think 20 top tier homing rockets, same as the Oppressor. They are smart too, I think, so when you shoot them they go up a little bit and over any bumps in the road that might set it off. However, it's not always perfect, so you might get a couple hits in right in front of you. However, it doesn't seem to be too damaging if it does that, so you can survive a few of those. It also has 2 front-mounted machine guns, which you can use once you run out of missiles. However, they're not too good. They're not like the Strombergs. Could use a little bit of a buff in my opinion, but it also has a rocket booster, which makes highway driving a lot faster, driving in general a lot faster. Making a very good pick for number 9. For number 8, we got to pick between 2 cars. But a little bit of variety here. We got the Buffalo STX or the Omnis EGT. So I'm sure you can tell they're both Imani Tech vehicles, but one's a little different than the other. They're both 4 doors. They both can have armor. However, the EGT has a lot better armor. It can take between 12 to 20 rockets before it explodes, which is very good. Pretty on par with other super armored vehicles. But the STX takes a lot less. I think only 2 rockets, which is a little interesting. However, it is also quite a bit faster than the EGT top speed wise. It also looks a bit cooler in my opinion, but they're both very cool looking. So the choice is up to you. The EGT still has good acceleration, but it lacks in the top speed, I think topping out at 119. But either of those 2 vehicles with the Imani Tech, I'd probably take the EGT. The upgraded armor against missiles can be very helpful. But if you don't even want to worry about lock-on missiles at least, you can take the STX and put on the missile lock-on jammer, and that'll stop all homing rockets in general. So you can take that with a bit less armor, or do it with the EGT and have this extra armor there. It's all up to you. Those are my 2 picks for number 8 though. On to number 7, one of my favorite free roam vehicles, the Hakucho Drag. Now I'm on PC, so I don't have the HSW variant of it, but I've heard that one is the fastest land vehicle in the game. Very good handling. It's also very good handling in the snow, which isn't applicable right now, but for some reason bikes never lose traction in the snow. It's very good looking. I think they added some liveries recently to it, so you can do a bit more customization as well, and it's amazing for time trials too. Doing that every week gets you a bonus $100,000. Not too bad there. Very useful vehicle. On to number 6, we have the Buzzard / Sparrow. In my opinion, pick the Sparrow, but the Buzzard is available first, I believe. For the Sparrow, you're going to need to have the Kasatka, which is a very useful vehicle, so you should definitely get this one, but it is quite expensive. So as you're starting out, when you're a CEO, definitely pick up a Buzzard, because being able to spawn it from the CEO menu in free mode is very helpful, especially when doing VIP work and other missions. However, if you can get the Sparrow as well, during the cooldown, if your Buzzard happens to blow up, you can spawn the Sparrow and get another weaponized helicopter. The Sparrow also has countermeasures, and I think it's one of, if not the fastest helicopter in the game, in a straight line at least. So that's very good for traveling. It has 60 RPM missiles, so there's no cooldown between 2 missiles, unlike the Buzzard, which does have them. Gets a little annoying after a bit. So missile spam is very good, especially for Headhunter VIP missions. Definitely worth a spot on the list. At number 5, we have the Oppressor Mark II. Now this is a little bit of a tough subject. I don't want to encourage players to buy this and use it for griefing, but I do want to encourage players to use this for missions and being efficient with your time. It's quick to spawn, it's very fast, it's very agile, and it can fly. So around the city, it's very, very helpful. It will be going up in price to I think about $8 million on the coming months or weeks, depending when Rockstar releases that update. So now would be the time to buy it before the price increase. Also has counter countermeasures, I like to use the chaff in case there's another Oppressor Mark II trying to fly after me. But flares also work good. Definitely one of the most efficient vehicles to have in the game. On to number 4, we have another free mode vehicle. It used to be the best vehicle for missions, but now you're not able to call the mechanic for it, so unusable in missions now. But still good in free mode. Basically the Stromberg Mark II. Submersible, it's got homing rockets, it's got unlimited missiles, which is amazing, and also has a speed boost, which is very helpful. I love taking it around the city, going off random jumps and just boosting into the air. Seeing if you can land in a pool always seems to be one around, especially around the Vinewood Hills area, but it's super fun to drive. It's pretty armored. I think it's the best Oppressor Mark II counter out there right now, besides another Mark II maybe. It is very expensive though at $3.66 million. No bulletproof windows either. It is pretty armored. I think it can take a healthy amount of missiles, so not much to worry about there. Yeah, that's a Toreador. Used to be a bit better, but still a good one. Definitely useful for free mode. Great spot in number 4 for it. Number 3 is the Akula. Absolutely top tier vehicle, top 3 helicopter in general. It's got dual 50 caliber miniguns at the front that the passenger can control if you got a second player with you. You can pick between homing rockets or barrage rockets when upgrading it. Something to note, you can't turn the homing off on the Akula, so you only get homing rockets or a machine gun. The machine gun is pretty good. It's dual machine guns mounted on the sides. They're alright, they're fun to use, but it's mainly about the stealth mode that this helicopter has, completely removing you from the radar when it's active. It's very helpful in free mode if you need to get away from someone. However, they can still see you if they look up into the sky, so be careful of that. But the amount of times I've used this to sneak up on griefers or get out of a sticky situation, all the time the Akula has been there, saving the day. It's very fast as well, and since it's a personal helicopter, you can put the handling upgrades and the engine upgrades, all that good stuff, respray ability. It's got some good customization. Overall, just a 10 out of 10 helicopter. After that, we're going to switch it up a little bit and go with the Kosatka. Very expensive vehicle. However, considering we also have the Sparrow and the Toreador on this list, it's kind of necessary we put this on here. It serves as a storage device for both these vehicles. And start the Cayo Perico heist from it, which is the best money-making method in 2023. You can upgrade it to have launchable missiles from it, which you can launch from the ocean, drive pretty far up. If you're parked at the bottom of the map, you can go all the way into the city. I think around the top of the city, but not across the map. They do have a limited range. Other than that, it can also serve as a fast travel point. If you ever need to move across the map pretty quick, it's 10,000 to fast travel the first time. However, once you complete the heist, it's only down to 2,000. It's a pretty cheap way to get around the map there. The heist itself is a very good way to make money. It is the best way to make money in 2023, paying out somewhere between $1.3 to $1.8 million, taking about an hour to set up. However, I think there's a 4-hour cooldown between starting a new heist after you finish your most recent one. But if you're looking to make money in 2023, this one is an absolute necessity to have. And at number 1, we have a tie between the Nightshark and the Insurgent Pickup Custom. I think the Insurgent beats it out just by a little bit, but we'll talk about it. The Nightshark is the fastest off-road vehicle in the game. It has 2 machine guns up front. They're not very high damaging, but they're fun to use. It's got lots of armor on the windows. They aren't bulletproof though, so you can get shot through them if the angle is right. But this thing is a tank. It takes at least 20 missiles to blow up, more than the oppressors can hold. So if you're ever getting attacked by them, keep going, you'll survive, promise. It's got 4 doors, plenty of seats for all the friends. Honestly, you won't ever need another off-road vehicle again if you have this one. The Insurgent, however, it's a little bit different. With the Pickup Custom, you can put landmines in it. You can have someone operating the machine gun on the roof. You can also upgrade it to have plenty of armor after some bunker research, protecting the gunner there. As well as I think it can hold maybe up to 8 or so people? 7 or 8 people, I think. Plenty of friends to come along for the ride, and also plenty of armor to protect them. I think it has the same amount of armor as the Nightshark, taking about 20 missiles to blow it up again. Also lacking in bulletproof windows though, so be careful of that. Also useful in missions, the machine gun on the top is very good for destroying vehicles. It's got a fast fire rate and high damage, so definitely suiting in the number 1 spot. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Let me know what you think of the list. Let me know if you'd change the numbers around or other vehicles you would add. Love to hear your thoughts. Leave a like if you enjoyed or a dislike if you didn't. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all later.